All right, so this is my classroom tour. You're going to have to excuse the mess. 18 kindergarten kids in here today, so it's a little bit messy, but I'll give you a tour of some of the stations and things that I've set up in my classroom to promote self-regulation and inquiry. So as you can see, I have a pretty big space, and I do love all of my natural light. Unfortunately, it's right across from the projector, so the blinds have to get closed when we need to use the projector. But yeah, so I have my teacher desk, but I have a work order to get it taken away because I don't think it's a very good use of space. We don't use this door, so I've kind of set this up as a little tent area for kids to go and calm down if they need to. It gets moved around the room, so if students are wanting a little bit more privacy, it's super light, we can just flip the door around like that. Here I have my kind of math, some of my math. Anyways, just kind of things to build with and good things for fine motor. We use them a lot for patterning and counting. I've got part of my loose parts collection here. One thing I really like to do is having tool trays for the tables. So the kids are pretty self-sufficient when it comes to work time. They can just go and get the supplies that they need. My books, which were organized at one point, but of course, as you know, they all get mixed up. I have my visual schedule and my time timer, another visual for kids to help with their self-reg and just time management, and so they can understand how the day is going to work. I have my calendar area. When I do calendar, it's very short, like 2-3 minutes, but we just talk about things that are coming up and things in the month, talk about the weather, that sort of stuff. Now, we're doing Roots of Empathy right now, but we also are going to the pumpkin patch later this week. So we're kind of doing our little inquiry on pumpkins. So we just started today with what do we know, our KWL chart, and then after the pumpkin patch, we will have pumpkins to look at and use at our inquiry table. Now, when I have so much natural light, but I also have harsh fluorescent lights, so I like to just turn them off in the day with the windows open and my mood lighting, my lamp. This is kind of my provocation table, and it changes every week depending on what book or what we're learning about. So this week we read Skeleton Hiccups, and in this book he is trying to get rid of his hiccups, and he's trying to do lots of different things to get rid of his hiccups. So we set up a little provocation for the kids, and they've been visiting this table all week and kind of figuring out how the skeleton can get rid of his hiccups. So I think one of the students today put him in bed. Maybe that would make him feel better. Here, this kind of is a loose parts table as well. Right now we've got it themed, but we'll also just put out loose parts and pictures, and kids can make like last week we did some rock mandalas, and we put some pictures of leaves, and they kind of use the loose parts to recreate those pictures. Here's some more of my loose part stuff, and there's loose part storage down there. I've also, this year I'm trying some small world play. So I've just put some artificial turf on these shelves, and as you can tell, the kids have been playing. Yeah, so they just kind of come and sit, and this is just a space for them to get on the ground and do some floor play. And I change the toys out every once in a while on these shelves, so there's different things there for them. I've got a puppet theater and a dollhouse, and then these are all my centers, toys, and bins along the back. They get pulled out at center time, but storage is kind of a problem because it's all open, so I try and keep it in bins that are not as distracting. I've got my train table. The nice thing about this is on the other side, it's just plain green. So I use it a lot for provocations, or if there's, if we're looking at some science artifacts, I'll flip it over so it's not as distracting. Also with the car carpet. Dramatic Play Center is set up ready to go for tomorrow. The kids really like playing with here. Kitchen, house is kind of a big thing, but we've set it up as a doctor's office before, or a veterinary clinic and things like that, just to kind of spark inquiry and try some different types of role play. Also got my sensory table set up right now with lots of natural materials, and there's pig people as well in there. And these are my kind of sensory bins, but also math bins right now, because what the kids are doing are using tweezers to pull out things and just to practice their counting to 10, so matching them up on a 10 frame. So because I don't have tons of space, I usually for math, I'll pull lots of things out of bins and baskets. But right now we're also working on patterning, so this is kind of an example of what I would set up during math stations time, and the kids would do activities like this. So I think that's kind of mostly it. I haven't gotten around to it, but I am trying to set up some more displays. We do have some art displayed in the hallway, but I would really like to get a photo wall going with the kids' family, and also I'm thinking of using the space here to do some pedagogical narration. So yeah, thank you for watching.